Hey guys, it's April. Today I'm going to show you the software VS Communicator 4. It is a software that's used for augmentative communication purposes, like if a student has some difficulty with language and talking and things, they can use this instead of using a separate device. They can use this on a laptop or computer, whatever's available for them. I'm going to show you first the ready-made page set so you can look on there and see what the software is about. So I'm going to go in here. As you can see, there are some different, this is the screen that comes up. You've got all these tabs at the top for the different things that the software can do. I'm going to show you first some of the text. Let me tell you this. Because I am using the evaluation mode, it's kind of like, you can also see it up here in red. This would be for teachers who are setting this program up for a student to use. If I wanted a student to actually use what I've done, I would have to purchase the software and I would have to do activate, like if I purchased a license. But with evaluation mode, I can show you everything that it does, and I could go in and set this up for a student. So I'm going to go ahead and press Control Alt F10 and get that off the screen and show you Words Pronto Premium. This is kind of what the communication device would look like. As you can see, you've got a keyboard up here so the student could press in. Let's see. The student could press whatever they wanted to say, and once they want it to speak, they can hit speak or they can click up here. It says my name. You can also use your keyboard if you wanted to type. As you see down here, there is a word prediction in here, so I want to click April, and then it'll speak. So as the student is typing, depending on their ability level, they can use the word prediction to come up with what they want to say. You can also come down here and do some words that are already up there, so I wouldn't have to type all that in. My name is April. As you see over here, there is a phone and an email, like with an earth. This software does have the ability to hook up with an email address or a phone address or phone number, so the student could be texting or emailing at the same time. Unfortunately, the evaluation mode does not allow me to do this, so I can't show it to you, but that possibility is there with this software. This button right here are phrases. You can set preset phrases in here, and the teacher can go in, like if you are using this for a class like math and you know the student's going to need to ask for a calculator, you could go ahead and preset the phrase, I need a calculator, in here. That way they wouldn't have to type it in every time they go up, or every time they open and every time for math. So they could just go to phrases, click on that, and it would say it. That's what most of these are right here. There are also some eye control ones that use an eye control gauge that Viking Software sells. There are also symbols that you can use if the student is a little bit lower functioning. You can do like general communication. This would be for a student that doesn't know like his letters of the alphabet, things like this. This is a lower functioning student. My family, these are all ones that are preset when you're setting up for a student, which I'm going to show you in a minute. That's what all of these are for. They've got leisure time in here. This can actually control a TV. It can change the channel. It can turn it on. It can, where's the remote? It's going to ask for it. Volume up, volume down, turn on, see, hear, all that kind of stuff. So also, yes, no, pretty basic stuff. There's also this one that's I want to eat. And then you pick a sandwich. Stuff like that. I want to listen to rock music. Those are also available as well. There are different keyboards. If the student is going to type like in Microsoft Word, they can use this keyboard to type in it. Ooh. Oh, there we go. I couldn't quite figure out how to get back. I've done that before, but forgot. This would be if they were doing the email and the text messaging. There is also this games tab that has some simple games that if you had another student that wanted to communicate with your child that's using the software, they could maybe play some games and get some conversations going that way. There's also miscellaneous, like a TV remote, like I told you a little bit before. This can actually be set up to run a remote or a webcam. It's got photo albums you can do. There's tons and tons and tons of stuff in here. This is the edit phrases, like if you wanted to put the phrases in, things like that. Calculator, all sorts of things. Now this last tab is my page sets. If I went in and was using the software for a student, I could go in and create all the different pages that I want, and they would show up under here. All right, now I'm going to go back to the welcome page, and I'm going to set up for a user. This would be if I wanted to set up for a student. Let's go back to page 1. Let's say I wanted that one for my student. That's the one I wanted my student to use. I also wanted to do cause and effect and functional play. Take that one off. Then let's say my student wanted a simple keyboard. I'm going to skip those, and I wanted to put these 2 games on there for the student to play with somebody else. I've got all the page sets I want, so now I'm going to click up here and select the home page. This is how the page is going to look when the student opens it up under their name. It can be very simple. It can be a little bit more complicated. It could open up in the Word Pronto Premium, whatever you wanted it to do. It also has all the ones, these are the ones that I chose for my student. It could open up in those, or it could open up in like this, and it would have all the different pages that the Word Pronto Premium, my games, the things that I chose. So I'm going to choose this one. It's pretty simple. As you can see, you could have 2, depending on how much your child can tolerate. You could have 2, you could have a whole bunch, you can have 4, whatever. Favorites and orders, this is the order that it's going to come in. Adjust user settings, you can adjust any of these user settings that you want, and start up. Do I want it to start on welcome page? Do I want it to start on home page? Or do I want to start on edit view? I'm going to start on the welcome page. And I'm going to go to my home page. So this would be what my student sees when they sign on in the morning or sign on their computer. So if my student, let's say it's functional play time, so they can click on this and they want to play, I want the red one. They can ask for that. Of course, if you had this, you probably would not have some of the keyboards, but I just wanted to show you what it did. You can also use this with touchscreen access, but you cannot have a mouse connected to the computer when you do, so I can't show you that. I don't know how to get back to the welcome screen, so I'm going to exit the communicator. This is Stacy's dog, JB, because I'm using Stacy's computer, so y'all say hello to JB. All right, I'm going to show you how to create a very simple page set, and this is the last thing I'm going to show you. There's so much in this software that I don't have time to show you everything, but I'm going to show you how to create a very quick page set. This would be a blank page, and you can start it however you want to. You can insert a big button. Then if I double click twice on this, it's going to open up my actions. What do I want that button to do? There goes my activation again, Control Alt F10. If I want my button to be a link to another page, I can set that action in here by saying add. If I want it to be just a regular button where it says something in there, if it plays a sound, if it goes to another page, that's if it's going to a link. Let's make it play a sound. So I'm going to add that in there. Excuse me, the phone's ringing. I'm going to keep talking. All right, it's going to be synthesized speech, means it's whatever the voice on the computer. You can also record your own voice in there, or you can upload a sound file. So if you were playing, like you wanted to play some music, you could upload the sound file. We're going to do just that. And it's going to speak the text on the button. So this is a regular button. It's the only button I have in there, so I'm going to play save. I'm going to type some text in there. So I'm going to type my name. So now if I save this page, when this person typed on this button, it would say my name. It would say April. So that's basically there's tons of library sounds. You can upload your own. There's tons and tons of things that this software can do. And it's a lot of fun. It just takes quite a bit to get used to it. I'm not going to save my page set, by the way. It takes quite a bit to get used to it and get to go through everything. I have only just begun using this. This software is actually being used at Dutch Fork High School right now. It's not being used at my school. When I was doing my software, the review of the software, I'd sent an email out to a couple people that I know use a lot of assistive technology devices, And this one actually came back. One of the speech therapists at Dutch Fork called me and said this would be a really good advice, a really good software to use, but I wasn't able to get it for the review. So I wanted to get the chance to be able to use it. So I've only been using it for a couple of weeks and I'm not that great with it yet, but I'm learning and just wanted to be able to give y'all a quick overview of what this can do. If you want to know any more information, I've included a review on this software, and you just have to go to the link and go to Viking Software, and they can set you up with any kind of information you want. So I hope you've enjoyed my demo, and I will talk to y'all later.